Hi, my name's Casey Collins. I'm with Prairie Meats. And today I have Brendan Unger with me, who is the head of our retail side. And we're going to talk about steaks, how to choose a steak, and which one's best for you and your family. So, when choosing a steak, how do you make that decision for your family?
And that is a very tough one. And lots of people do love the bone. It gives that extra flavor when cooking it. And your pet even gets a bit of a treat after the fact. So the
Always
T-bone,
nice.
you can tell the T-bone because of obviously the T shape there. You get your nice strip loin and you get your beautiful tenderloin that can be cut with basically your fork.
Okay.
So you get two excellent options when you can't decide.
Okay. And the difference between the T-bone, the porterhouse, the wing steak, or the bone-in strip loin, as some people call it, they're all coming from that short loin piece. But like, how do you decide on which one's the best for you? What is the difference between
Yeah,
those?
so my recommendation is also size with a steak if you're looking for something larger. But to start with a wing steak, lots of people love the strip loin, but they like the bone. And this gives you that option to give the flavor of the bone with it. And as you move farther up the T-bone, you get the tenderloin gets larger. And so some people like a nice center cut center cut T-bone. You do get a nice lean strip loin as well as you get a nice size of the tenderloin too. It's all preference, but then some people do like the porterhouse as well, where you get the nice large strip loin on it, lots of marbling, and then it's the largest portion of the beef tenderloin as well.
The only thing would be with the porterhouse cut, you are going to get, I'm going to say, the worst end of the strip loin and that end cut piece. It has a little bit of tissue, where in the traditional T-bone, you get a little bit of tenderloin, but you get that nice center cut strip loin, which you're going to get at most steakhouses,
Yeah.
right? So you have to understand what you're in for and how you like it cut and how thick you want it. And, the thicker you get, the harder it gets to cook, right?
If you like your steak, rare or medium rare, I like mine a good inch thick. So
That's the way to go. So lots of options, and then you still have your traditional tenderloin and you have your regular strip loin that are family favorites. Tell me a little bit, like even with the tenderloin, there's, the thicker you go, some people like to talk about the chateau end or just the filet end. Walk me through like how you make that decision as a consumer.
yeah, so like I said, with the tenderloin, it is excellent because sometimes a husband and wife, you want two different size steaks, different amounts of meat. So we can cut from the more of the butt portion of the tenderloin. We can keep the thickness the same and still get you a nice 8 or 10 ounce steak. And then from the center cut, we can cut same thickness, so it cooks the same as your husband, but you get 6 ounces of meat versus the 10 ounce. So a large variety on a tenderloin, as it does kind of taper down and allows you to have the same thickness but different size of steaks.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I love the New York. That is what I get. Lots of different variations that do it, but it isn't quite as tender as the tenderloin. It is more of a what they say a beefier flavor on the tenderloin, where the tenderloin it's great, and you're always going to have a good experience with it. So. Anything else you wanted to highlight maybe on these cuts and for people coming into the store?
Just another thing with the tenderloin is, I know a large question when people come up to the counter is they want a lean cut. And tenderloin is going to be your leanest cut, and you can cut it with your knife or without a knife for the most part. So that is what I always recommend for people that are looking for a lean cut of steak.
Yeah, a lean cut that is going to eat perfect.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.